LeBron didn't open this letter from his coach for 20 years. The words inside changed everything. What if the greatest basketball player of all time made a promise to someone you've never heard of? Not a teammate, not a sponsor, but a quiet commitment forged in a small gym. Discover the untold story behind LeBron James's enduring bond with his childhood coach, a relationship that shaped the king long before he wore a crown. Akron, Ohio. A small, worn-out gym at St. Vincent St. Mary High School. LeBron James was 14 years old. Freshman year, already 6'2", already the talk of the neighborhood, but still raw, still unpolished, still just a kid from the projects with a dream. And he was scared. Not of basketball. He'd been playing since he could walk, but scared of everything else. Scared of failing, scared of letting people down, scared that maybe the hype was too much, that maybe he wasn't really the chosen one. His home life was chaos. His mom, Gloria, was doing her best, but they were barely surviving, moving every few months. Sometimes they had electricity, sometimes they didn't. LeBron was staying with the Walker family during the week, going to Gloria on weekends when she had a place. Basketball was his escape. The court was the only place that made sense, the only place where he had control. That's when Coach Dru Joyce II walked into his life. Coach Dru wasn't like other coaches LeBron had met. He wasn't trying to make a name for himself, wasn't looking for glory. He was a recreation center director by day, youth basketball coach by passion. He'd been coaching his own son, Dru Joyce III. Everyone called him Little Dru, since elementary school. Little Dru and LeBron had become best friends in 8th grade, inseparable. So when Little Dru told his dad, "LeBron's coming to St. V," Coach Dru knew his life was about to change. The first time Coach Dru saw LeBron play, he didn't see what everyone else saw. He didn't see the highlight dunks or the flashy passes. He saw a 14-year-old kid carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. After that first practice, Coach Dru pulled LeBron aside. They sat on the bleachers, just the two of them. "LeBron, can I ask you something?" "Yes, coach. Why do you play basketball?" LeBron was caught off guard. Nobody had ever asked him that. "What do you mean? I mean, what's your why? Why do you do this? Is it for the crowds, the attention, the future NBA contract?" LeBron thought about it. "I play because it's the only thing I'm good at, and because my mom needs me to make it. We need the money. We need," his voice cracked, "we need stability." Coach Dru nodded, understanding. "I get it, but let me tell you something. If you're only playing for money or for other people, you'll burn out. The pressure will break you. You need to play for something deeper." "Like what?" "Like love of the game, like proving to yourself that you can be great, like showing kids who come from nothing that they can become something. That's a why that will sustain you when everything else falls apart." LeBron absorbed those words. Nobody had ever talked to him like this. Most coaches just wanted him to score points and win games. "LeBron, you got a gift, but gifts mean nothing if you don't honor them. You understand?" "Yes, coach. I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about character, heart, discipline. You can be the greatest player in the world, but if you're not a good man, none of it matters." LeBron nodded. He didn't fully understand yet, but he felt it. This coach was different. "I want to make you a promise," Coach Dru said. "I'm going to invest in you, not just as a player, as a person. I'm going to teach you how to be a man, how to handle success, how to handle failure, how to stay grounded when the world tries to lift you up or tear you down. But I need you to make me a promise too." "What promise?" Coach Dru reached into his bag, pulled out a sealed envelope, handed it to LeBron. "Don't open this until you make it to the NBA. When you get drafted, whenever that is, open it. Read what's inside, and remember where you came from." LeBron held the envelope. It was sealed with tape, his name written on the front in Coach Dru's careful handwriting. "LeBron James, open when you're drafted." "What's in it?" LeBron asked, curiosity eating at him. "You'll find out when the time is right, but it's important. It's everything I want you to remember when you get to the top. Because LeBron, you're going to make it. I have no doubt. But the question isn't whether you'll make it. The question is, what kind of man will you be when you get there?" "What do you mean?" "I mean fame changes people. I've seen it. Good people become arrogant. Humble people become entitled. Loyal people forget where they came from. I don't want that to happen to you. This letter," he pointed to the envelope, "is insurance, a reminder, a compass for when you get lost." "But coach, what if I don't make it? What if I'm not good enough?" Coach Dru put his hand on LeBron's shoulder, looked him dead in the eyes. "Then you open it anyway. Because the words inside aren't just about basketball. They're about life, about being a good man, whether you make millions or not. Deal? Deal. Promise me you won't open it until you're drafted, or until you decide basketball isn't your path, but not before." LeBron stared at the envelope, then at Coach Dru. "I promise." "Good. Now put it somewhere safe, and let's get to work." LeBron put the envelope in his locker, taped it to the inside of the door, and for the next 4 years, it stayed there, unopened, untouched, a mystery that whispered to him every time he opened that locker. But what LeBron didn't know was this: That envelope contained words that would guide him for the next 20 years. Words that would shape every decision he made. Words that would remind him of who he was when the world tried to tell him who he should be. But before we get to that letter, you need to understand who Coach Dru Joyce II really was, because his story makes the relationship with LeBron even more powerful. Dru Joyce II grew up in East Cleveland, tough neighborhood, not much money, but a loving family. His father was a steel worker, his mother was a nurse. Both worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. Dru was a good basketball player in high school. Not great, not scholarship material, but he loved the game, lived for it. After high school, he went to work at the Akron Urban League, recreation programs, youth development, coaching kids. He found his calling, not playing basketball, but teaching it. More than that, using basketball to teach life. When his son Dru III was born in 1985, Dru Sr. made a commitment. He would coach his son, not to make him a star, but to teach him discipline, teamwork, resilience. Little Dru was small, 5'2" as a freshman, but he was quick, smart, and tough. And his dad coached him like he was 6'5", no special treatment, no shortcuts, just hard work and high expectations. When little Dru met LeBron in 8th grade, they became instant friends, complete opposites physically. LeBron was already 6 feet, little Dru barely 5 feet, but spiritually aligned. Both came from single-parent homes, both were hungry to prove themselves. And when LeBron committed to St. Vincent St. Mary, Coach Dru knew God was putting LeBron in his life for a reason. Not to make Dru famous, but to give LeBron what he needed most, a father figure, a mentor, a steady hand in a chaotic world. That first season, 1999-2000, was magical. St. Vincent went 27-0, won the state championship. LeBron averaged 18 points as a freshman. Little Dru ran the point. Sayon Cotton and Willie McGee rounded out the core four. But more than the wins, Coach Dru was building something else, a brotherhood, a family, a foundation. After every practice, Coach Dru would gather the team. Gentlemen, basketball will end, for all of you, maybe in high school, maybe college, maybe the NBA, but it will end. What won't end is who you are as men. That's what we're building here. Character, integrity, brotherhood. The other players listened, but LeBron absorbed because he didn't have a father teaching him these things. Coach Dru filled that void. One night, after practice, LeBron stayed late, shooting free throws alone. Coach Dru walked over. "What are you still doing here? I'm only shooting 60% from the line. That's not good enough." "It's 9 p.m. LeBron. Go home. Rest." "I can't, coach. If I don't get better, I'll let everyone down." Coach Dru sat on the baseline. "Come here, sit." LeBron sat next to him. "LeBron, you're 14 years old. You're already being called the next big thing. You're on the cover of newspapers. Scouts are watching you. That's a lot of pressure for a grown man, let alone a kid. How are you handling it?" LeBron was quiet for a moment. Then, honestly, "I'm scared, coach." "Scared of what?" "Scared of failing. Scared that I'm not as good as people think. Scared that one day everyone will see I'm just me, just a kid from Akron who got lucky." "Listen to me," Coach Dru said firmly. "You are not lucky. You are blessed. There's a difference. Lucky is random. Blessed is purpose. God gave you this gift for a reason, and part of that reason is to show other kids from Akron, kids from broken homes, kids from poverty, that they can make it too. But you can't do that if you're paralyzed by fear. So what do? You trust the process. You work hard, you stay humble, and you remember, you're not doing this alone. You got your mum, you got little Dru, you got this team, you got me. We're in this together. That's the promise. We do this together, or we don't do it at all. Together, LeBron repeated. Together. That conversation changed everything for LeBron, because for the first time, he didn't feel alone. He had a coach who wasn't just using him to win games. He had a mentor who actually cared about him as a person. And that envelope in his locker, it became a symbol of that promise. A reminder that Coach Dru believed in him, not just as a player, as a human being. Sophomore year, 2000-2001, the hype around LeBron exploded. ESPN started broadcasting St. V games. National attention. NBA scouts showing up to high school games. It was unprecedented. And LeBron, he was handling it, mostly because of Coach Dru. Every time a reporter asked LeBron about going pro, Coach Dru intervened. "He's 15 years old. Let him be a kid." Next question. Every time a sneaker company tried to give LeBron free shoes or gear, Coach Dru shut it down. "He's not for sale. He's a student athlete. Respect that." Every time LeBron's head got a little too big after a great game, Coach Dru brought him back down. 20 points is great, but you had 4 turnovers. Let's work on your decision making. LeBron could have resented the discipline, but he didn't, because he saw what Coach Dru was doing, protecting him, preparing him, loving him. One day after practice, sophomore year, LeBron opened his locker, saw the envelope, still sealed. He'd almost forgotten about it. He touched it, tempted to open it, just a peek. Coach Dru's voice behind him. "Don't even think about it." LeBron turned. Coach Dru was smiling. "You made a promise. I expect you to keep it." "I know, coach. I'm just curious." "Curiosity is good, but discipline is better. When the time is right, you'll read it. Until then, it stays sealed." "Can you at least tell me what it says?" "Nope, that defeats the purpose. But I'll tell you this, everything in that letter, I'm teaching you right now. Through practice, through games, through life. The letter is just a reminder, for when I'm not around anymore." "What do you mean, not around?" "LeBron, you're going to the NBA. You're going to be famous. You're going to travel the world. And I'll still be here in Akron, coaching high school kids. Our time together is limited. Treasure it. Learn from it. And when you read that letter, you'll remember everything we built together." LeBron felt a lump in his throat. He didn't want to think about leaving Akron, leaving Coach Dru, leaving this gym where everything made sense. "Coach, can I ask you something? Always. Why are you doing this? You could coach college, maybe even NBA, but you're here, with us. Why?" Coach Dru sat down on the bench, motioned for LeBron to sit next to him. "You want the truth?" "Yes. I coach because I love it. Not for money, not for fame, for moments like this, where I get to impact a young man's life, where I get to be part of something bigger than basketball." "LeBron, you're going to do incredible things. I know that. But what I'm most proud of isn't your talent. It's your heart, your humility, your willingness to learn. That's what I'm coaching, and that's why I do this." LeBron didn't know what to say, so he just said, "Thank you, coach. You're welcome. Now go home. I'll see you tomorrow." Junior year 2001-2002. LeBron averaged 25.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, 5.8 assists. He was named Ohio's Mr. Basketball. The hype was at a fever pitch. Sports Illustrated put him on the cover, the chosen one. That cover changed everything. Suddenly, LeBron wasn't just a high school phenom, he was a national celebrity. And Coach Dru knew this was the dangerous moment, the moment when ego could destroy everything they'd built. After the Sports Illustrated issue came out, Coach Dru called a team meeting. "Gentlemen, LeBron's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. That's amazing. We're all proud of him. But let me be clear, that magazine doesn't play defense. That magazine doesn't rebound. That magazine doesn't win games. LeBron is still part of this team. He's not bigger than this team. Got it?" The team nodded. Then Coach Dru looked at LeBron. "You got it?" "Yes, coach." "Good. Because the moment you think you're bigger than the team, that's the moment you stop growing. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay coachable." LeBron took those words to heart, and that's why, despite all the hype, he never became a diva, never became entitled, never forgot where he came from, because Coach Dru wouldn't let him. Senior year, 2002-2003, the final chapter of high school. LeBron averaged 31.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, 4.6 assists, led St. V to a 25-1 record and a third state championship. He was named National Player of the Year, consensus #1 pick for the 2003 NBA draft. The farewell tour began. Every game was sold out, celebrities showing up. Jay-Z courtside, LeBron on the cover of ESPN magazine, Slam, every basketball publication. But through it all, Coach Dru kept him grounded. Final home game, senior night, LeBron scored 38 points. Standing ovation, tears from the crowd. After the game, awards ceremony, LeBron gave a speech. "I want to thank everyone who supported me, my mom, my teammates, my coaches, but I especially want to thank Coach Dru. He didn't just coach me, he raised me, he taught me how to be a man, and I wouldn't be here without him." The crowd erupted. Coach Dru stood in the back, tears in his eyes. After the ceremony, LeBron found Coach Dru in the hallway. "Coach, I meant every word. I know you did, and I'm proud of you. But remember, this is just the beginning. The real test comes when you leave here, when you're in the NBA, when you're rich and famous. That's when you'll find out who you really are. I'll remember everything you taught me. I know you will. That's why I wrote that letter. When you read it, everything will make sense. Coach, can I ask you one more thing?" "What?" "Will you still be my coach, even when I'm in the NBA? Can I still call you, still ask for advice?" Coach Dru pulled LeBron into a hug. "LeBron, I'll always be your coach. Distance doesn't change that. You call me anytime, day or night, I'll be here. Thank you, coach, for everything. You're welcome. Now go be great, but more importantly, be good." June 26, 2003, NBA Draft, Madison Square Garden, New York City. LeBron James was selected first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. 18 years old, the chosen one, the future of basketball. The world was watching. After the draft, after the celebrations, after the interviews, LeBron flew back to Akron. He needed to do something before his life changed forever. He went to St. Vincent St. Mary. Late at night, the gym was dark, but the janitor let him in. "You're LeBron James. You can go anywhere you want in this building." LeBron walked to the locker room. Opened his old locker, number 23, still there, the envelope, sealed, waiting. 4 years. 4 years of discipline. 4 years of curiosity. 4 years of honoring his promise to Coach Dru. Now it was time. LeBron pulled out the envelope, sat on the bench. His hands were shaking. He carefully peeled back the tape, pulled out 2 handwritten pages, Coach Dru's neat, deliberate handwriting, and as LeBron read, tears started streaming down his face. Because every word was true, every warning was accurate, every piece of advice was exactly what he needed to hear. The letter, expanded version based on the core message. LeBron, if you're reading this, it means you made it. You're in the NBA. You achieved your dream. I'm proud of you, more than you'll ever know. But more importantly, I hope you're proud of yourself, not because you're rich or famous, but because you stayed true to who you are. I want you to remember something. You didn't get here alone. Your mom sacrificed everything for you. Work jobs she hated, went without so you could have something. She's the real MVP of your story. Your friends supported you. Little Dru, Sion, Willie, they could have been jealous. They could have resented your talent, but they didn't. They pushed you. They had your back. That's rare. Don't forget it. Your coaches believed in you. Coach Walker took you into his home when you had nowhere else to go. I tried to teach you not just basketball but life. We invested in you, not for glory, not for money, but because we saw something special in you. Not just talent, but character, and your community carried you. Akron raised you. The people who came to your games, who cheered for you, who believed in you, they're part of your story. Don't ever forget that. Now that you're here, the world is going to change. People will treat you differently. They'll want things from you. Money, fame, access, attention, and it's going to be overwhelming. Trust me on this. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Not everyone who says they love you actually does. Some people will only love what you can do for them, but I need you to remember who you are. You're LeBron James from Akron, Ohio. You're the kid who had nothing but gave everything. You're the kid who slept on couches and still showed up to practice early. You're the kid who could have been arrogant, but stayed humble. You're the kid who could have been selfish, but made his teammates better. Don't lose that. Please, don't let fame change you. Don't let money corrupt you. Don't let success make you forget where you came from. I know the pressure you're going to face. I know people will compare you to Jordan, to Magic, to every great who ever played, and that pressure will be crushing sometimes. But remember, you don't have to be them. You just have to be you. The best version of you. That's enough. I made you a promise when we started. I would invest in you, not just as a player, as a person. I would teach you how to be a man, how to handle success with grace, how to handle failure with resilience, how to lead with humility. And I kept that promise. I gave you everything I had. Now I need you to keep yours. Here's what I need from you. 1. Be great, but be good. Win championships, but win with integrity. Score points, but uplift your teammates. Get MVPs, but stay humble. People will remember your trophies, but they'll remember your character more. 2. Make millions, but give back. You're going to make more money than you ever dreamed of, and you should enjoy it. Buy your mum a house, take care of your family, secure your future, but don't hoard it. Give back. To Akron, to kids who are where you were. Use your wealth to create opportunity for others. 3. Be famous, but stay humble. You're going to be on billboards, TV commercials, magazine covers. Kids are going to idolize you. That's a gift, but it's also a responsibility. Don't let it go to your head. Remember, you're famous because God gave you a gift, and you worked hard to develop it. But you're not better than anyone else. You're just luckier. Stay humble. 4. When you have everything, money, rings, trophies, fame, I want you to do one thing. Come back. Come back to Akron, not just to visit, but to invest, to build, to create. Come back to the kids who are where you were. Show them it's possible. Be the example you needed when you were 14. Build something that lasts longer than your career. That's legacy. 5. Never forget the people who were there before the fame. Your mum, little Dru, your teammates, me, the people who loved you when you had nothing. Those are your real friends. Everyone else is just along for the ride. LeBron, I wrote this letter because I know what's coming. I've seen what fame does to people. Good people become monsters. Humble people become arrogant. Loyal people become selfish. I don't want that for you. You're better than that. You're built different, but you'll need reminders. This letter is one of them. When things get hard, and they will, read this letter again. When you're tempted to take shortcuts, and you will be, read this letter again. When you forget who you are, and in weak moments you might read this letter again. This letter is my voice when I'm not there. My guidance when you're lost. My reminder when you forget. I'll be watching, always. Not on TV, not in the arena, but from Akron, from the gym where we started. And I'll be proud, not because you're rich or famous, but because you stayed true, because you kept the promise, because you honored where you came from. One last thing, don't carry this burden alone. You're going to feel like you have to be perfect, like you can't show weakness, like you have to have all the answers. That's not true. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be human. Perfection isn't the goal.
progress is. I love you, LeBron, not as a player, as a son. You're like family to me, and I'm going to be here for you, always, no matter what. Call me when you need me. I'll pick up, every time. With love, pride, and belief, Coach Dru. P.S. Remember our promise. We do this together, or we don't do it at all. You're not alone in this. You never were. LeBron folded the letter with shaking hands, put it back in the envelope, and sat on that bench for 45 minutes, just crying, processing, feeling the weight of every word, because Coach Dru was right about everything. The fame, the pressure, the people wanting things, all of it. But more than that, the letter reminded LeBron of the promise, the unspoken pact they'd made years ago. We do this together, or we don't do it at all. LeBron pulled out his phone, called Coach Dru. It was 11 p.m. Coach Dru answered on the first ring. LeBron. Coach, I just read the letter. Silence. Then, and you were right, about everything. I don't know how you knew, but you were right. I didn't know, I just cared. And when you care about someone, you prepare them for what's coming. Coach, LeBron's voice broke. Thank you, for believing in me, for investing in me, for loving me, when I didn't know how to love myself. LeBron, you don't have to thank me. Watching you grow has been the honor of my life. I'm going to keep the promise, Coach. All of it. I'm going to be great, but I'm going to be good. I'm going to win, but I'm going to do it with integrity, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to build something in Akron that lasts forever. I know you will. That's why I wrote the letter. Not because I doubted you, but because I believed in you, and I wanted you to believe in yourself. They talked for an hour, about the letter, about the future, about the promise. When LeBron hung up, he made a decision. He would never show anyone that letter. It was sacred, private, between him and Coach Dru. But he would honor every word, for the rest of his life. And that's exactly what he did. 2003, 2010. LeBron's first stint in Cleveland. He became a superstar, MVP awards, scoring titles, all-star selections, but no championship yet. And through it all, Coach Dru was there. Not in the spotlight, not on TV, not seeking credit, but there, quietly supporting, quietly guiding. LeBron kept the letter in a safe in his home, and whenever he faced a major decision, he'd pull it out, read it again, let Coach Dru's words guide him. When endorsement deals came flooding in, LeBron thought about the letter, make millions, but give back. So he did. He started the LeBron James Family Foundation, focused on education, on helping kids in Akron, on giving them opportunities he never had. When reporters asked him inflammatory questions, trying to get him to trash talk opponents, or create drama, LeBron thought about the letter, be great, but be good. So he stayed classy, respectful, humble, even when others weren't. When people compared him to Jordan constantly, measuring every game against an impossible standard, LeBron thought about the letter. You don't have to be them. You just have to be you. So he stopped trying to be Jordan, stopped trying to fit someone else's mold. He became LeBron, and that was enough. But the real test came in 2010. After 7 seasons in Cleveland, no championship, constant disappointment, LeBron faced the biggest decision of his career: stay in Cleveland or leave for a better situation. He was torn.
Loyalty to his hometown versus the desire to win, comfort versus ambition. He called Coach Dru, late at night. Coach, I don't know what to do. What does your heart tell you? My heart says stay, my head says go. Then you have to decide, are you making this decision for yourself or for other people? What do you mean? I mean, if you stay in Cleveland, is it because you really think you can win there? Or is it because you're afraid of what people will say if you leave? LeBron was quiet. I think I need to leave to win, but I'm scared of letting people down. LeBron, remember the letter, remember what I wrote. Don't carry this burden alone. It's okay to make the best decision for you. If you truly believe leaving gives you the best chance to win, then leave, with your head high, and don't apologize for it. But Cleveland will hate me, maybe, for a while. But if you come back and win them a championship later, and I believe you will, they'll forgive you. Trust the process. Trust yourself. LeBron made the decision. He left for Miami. The decision special on ESPN. The most controversial move in sports history. Cleveland burned his jerseys. The media destroyed him. He became the most hated athlete in America. But Coach Dru called him that night. LeBron, you made a decision. Own it. Don't apologize. Don't second guess. You chose what you thought was best. Now prove it was right. Go win championships. Thanks, Coach. I needed to hear that. Remember, we do this together. I'm with you, always. LeBron won his first championship with Miami. After the devastating 2011 finals loss, after the redemption, after proving everyone wrong. And when he held that trophy, the first call he made was to Coach Dru. Coach, we did it. No, LeBron, you did it. You earned it. No, Coach, the letter, the promise, the guidance. This is ours, together. Coach Dru's voice cracked. I'm so proud of you, son. Thank you, Coach, for everything. This trophy has your name on it too. Second championship. LeBron was cementing his legacy, but the promise wasn't complete yet. Because the letter said, come back, Come back to Cleveland. Come back to Akron. Come back to finish what you started. And in 2014, LeBron did exactly that. He announced he was returning to Cleveland, not just to play, but to fulfill a promise, to bring a championship to a city that had suffered for 52 years. The article he wrote for Sports Illustrated said it all. I'm coming home. Coach Dru read that article and cried. Because he knew. LeBron remembered the letter. He was honoring the promise. Come back to the kids who are where you were. Show them it's possible. LeBron brought Cleveland its first championship in 52 years. Down 3-0-1 against the 73-win Warriors. Historic comeback. Legendary performance. And when the final buzzer sounded, when LeBron collapsed on the floor in tears, when the city erupted in joy, Coach Dru was in the crowd. LeBron found him after the celebration, hugged him tight. Coach, we did it. We kept the promise. I came back. I won. Just like you said. I never doubted you, LeBron, not for 1 second. The letter, Coach. Every word came true. Every lesson you taught me, it all mattered. This championship is as much yours as it is mine. No, LeBron, this is yours. I just helped you see who you already were. But the promise still wasn't complete, because there was one more part, the biggest part. Build something in Akron that lasts longer than your career. That's legacy. LeBron opened the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio, a public school for at-risk kids. Free tuition, free meals, free uniforms, free bikes, free transportation, GED classes for parents, job placement assistance, and the crown jewel, guaranteed free tuition to the University of Akron for every student who graduates. The school wasn't just LeBron's project. Coach Dru was involved from day one, planning meetings, curriculum development, community outreach. Coach Dru's fingerprints were all over it, because this wasn't just about education. It was about the promise to come back, to invest, to show kids it's possible. Opening day, August 2018. LeBron stood at the microphone, media everywhere, students and parents filling the gym. This school represents everything I believe in. Every kid deserves a chance. Every kid deserves to be seen, to be valued, to be invested in. That's what people did for me, and now I'm doing it for the next generation. He paused, scanned the crowd, found Coach Dru standing in the back. I want to recognize someone special today. Coach Dru Joyce, my high school coach, but more than that, my mentor, my father figure, the man who taught me how to be a man. This school exists because of a promise I made him 19 years ago, a promise to never forget where I came from, to come back and build something that lasts. Coach Dru, thank you, for the letter, for the lessons, for the love. This is for you. The crowd erupted. Coach Dru tried to stay inconspicuous, but LeBron insisted, pulled him on stage, hugged him in front of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man who made me who I am. Coach Dru Joyce. Standing ovation, tears, emotion. After the ceremony, they walked the halls together, just the two of them. LeBron, you did it. You kept every part of the promise. We did it, Coach. Together, just like we said. You remember that night, when I gave you the envelope, every detail. I was 14, scared, unsure, and you believed in me before I believed in myself. And now look at you, 4-time champion, billionaire, but most importantly, a man of character, a man who keeps his promises. That's what I'm most proud of. Coach, can I tell you something I've never told anyone? Always. I've read that letter over 100 times. Every time I face a big decision, I read it. It's my compass, my North Star. Your words have guided me through everything. The championships, the failures, the criticism, everything. That letter saved my life, Coach. Coach Dru put his hand on LeBron's shoulder. That letter was just words, LeBron. You did the hard part. You lived them. You honored them. You honored them. You kept the promise. Not because you had to, but because that's who you are. They walked in silence for a moment. Then LeBron said, I want to tell people about the letter, Coach. About the promise. Is that okay? Coach Dru thought about it. That's your story to tell. If you think it will help someone, tell it. But remember, the power wasn't in the letter. The power was in you choosing to honor it. I know, but people need to hear it. Kids need to know. Having someone believe in you changes everything. Having a mentor who invests in you, who guides you, who holds you accountable, that's everything. I want to be that for others, the way you were for me. Then tell the story, and keep being that person, because that's the promise that matters most, not the one you made to me, the one you make to the next generation. LeBron won his 4th championship with the Lakers at 35 years old. In the bubble, during a pandemic, he dedicated that championship to Coach Dru. In the post-game interview, I've been blessed with great coaches, but one stands above all. Coach Dru Joyce from Akron. He's not famous, most people don't know his name, but without him, there's no me. He taught me everything that matters, and I want the world to know. Behind every great player is a great coach. Behind every success story is a mentor who believed first. Find your Coach Dru, and when you do, honor them. Keep your promises to them. In a sit-down interview with a sports journalist, LeBron finally told the full story publicly. When I was 14, my coach gave me a sealed envelope, told me not to open it until I made the NBA. I kept that promise, and when I finally opened it 4 years later, the words inside changed my life. Can you share what it said? The specifics are between me and Coach Dru, but the message was this: remember where you came from, stay humble, give back, build something that lasts. And I've tried to honor that every single day for 20 years. Why is this story important? Because young people need to know you're not alone. You need mentors. You need people who believe in you before you believe in yourself. Coach Dru was that for me, and I'm trying to be that for the next generation. That's the promise that really matters. The interview went viral, millions of views, and suddenly people wanted to know, who is Coach Dru Joyce? Media tried to interview him. He declined. This isn't about me. It's about LeBron, and it's about showing young people what's possible when someone invests in you. Perfect response. True to who he's always been. Humble, behind the scenes, focused on the mission, not the spotlight. LeBron is 39 years old, still playing, still honoring the promise. And Coach Dru, he's 60 now, still coaching youth basketball in Akron, still investing in kids, still changing lives. The two talk regularly, weekly calls, checking in, staying connected. And every year, on the anniversary of LeBron's draft night, LeBron sends Coach Dru a text. Thank you for the letter. Thank you for the promise. Thank you for believing in me. Still honoring it every day. Love you, Coach. And Coach Dru always responds the same way. Proud of you, son. Keep going. The promise continues. Love you too. What if the greatest basketball player of all time made a promise to someone you've never heard of? He did. His name is Coach Dru Joyce II. And for over 20 years, LeBron has honored that promise. Not in press conferences, not in commercials, but in action. 4 championships, billionaire status, global icon, but more importantly, a man of character, a man who remembers, a man who gives back, a man who keeps his promises. All because a coach from Akron handed a 14-year-old kid an envelope and said, "Don't open this until you make it. And when you do, remember where you came from." That letter guided LeBron through the darkest moments and the brightest triumphs. And the promise it contained? Still being honored. Every single day. That's the untold story. The relationship that shaped the king. The bond that nobody talks about. The letter that nobody's seen. But its impact? Undeniable. Permanent. Generational. Because when you invest in someone, when you believe in them before they believe in themselves, when you guide them with wisdom and love, you change not just their life but everyone they touch. Coach Dru changed LeBron, and LeBron is changing the world. One promise at a time. Greatness is not just about talent, it's about the people who shape you. For LeBron James, that person was Coach Dru Joyce, a quiet man from Akron who saw a 14-year-old kid and made a promise, "I'll invest in you." And in return, LeBron made a promise back, "I'll honor where I came from." For 20+ years, LeBron has kept that promise, not because he had to, but because that's who Coach Dru taught him to be. That's the power of mentorship. That's the power of a promise. That's the power of one man believing in a boy who would become a king.